Yes, I go live now. Yeah.
I want to correct a falsehood that been going on for decades about General in the 1966 coup. The so-called Igbo coup. The maliciously called Igbo coup. The British people don't trust Igbos to defend their interests. They know very well that Igbos are uncontrollable. Igbos can be tamed. Igbos will kick them out of Nigeria in few years. So they don't trust Igbos. They signed an agreement with the Fulani to defend their interests and empower them. They created all the necessary structures to make sure that Fulani remains in power. That's what the British did. It was Britain that clearly told Zik, you are not going to be the first leader of Nigeria. They threatened him for prosecution. They said they will jail him if he attempts to take over Nigeria, its first president. Zik was the one who fought Nigeria independence. It was Zik. But what the British people didn't do was not to recruit people in the military and public service without merit. The British didn't do that. In as much that the British people planned to have Fulani rule and control Nigeria for their own interests, they never ever did non-meritorious recruitment. It was because of meritorious recruitment, which requires you, before you enter the military, you must have school cert, Cambridge school cert, Cambridge GCE. You must have it, or higher school cert, for you to go through a commission process into the military, or to senior cadre in police and other law enforcement. And Igbos were dominant. If you make it on merit, you know the Igbos will take 90%. Anytime you introduce merit in anything, Igbos will dominate it. Because they are excellent people. Give it to them. That's the truth. So Igbos were over 60% of senior officers in military, over 60% in police, in public service over 60%. And that was the status, how it was. Because recruitment were based on merit. Now, they forced Zik. First of all, the two conditions they gave Zik for independence are: number one, the three regions must agree for independence. They not say they don't want independence. That was why we didn't have independence in 1957. It was Saduana that told the British people, we don't want to be independent. Three, that Zik will never be the president of the new nation. And that Zik must not accept anything called secession inside the Constitution, 1958 Constitution. Some of you will keep on saying Zik was the one Nigerian man. Zik was the person who did not want to execute. It's a lie. In 1946 Constitution, Zik advocated for Igbo to be separated from Nigeria. Zik supported Biafra. It was because of Zik that 4 African nations, 4 recognized Biafra. He called them and told them to recognize Biafra. Anybody telling you that Zik does not want Nigeria to be divided is a liar. For that Zik in 1958 Constitutional Conference said they should not put secession in Nigerian Constitution. Well, because the British mandated him to do that. It was the British that mandated him as a condition for independence. They told him, number one, you're not going to be the leader of the new nation. 2, you're not going to allow secession. If we must give you independence. That was why Zik did that. It was not because Zik wanted Nigeria to be one. It's not true. He has earlier asked for separation in 1946 Constitution. And he supported Biafra. You know that it was Zik that made African nations to recognize Biafra. If he didn't want separation, why did he do that? Now, Zik accepted. That was why he made it say, so long that Nigeria is independent, it doesn't care whether he's the first leader or not. Julius Nyerere, Kwame Nkrumah, Kenyatta, all these people are Zik boys. They helped all these nations to become independent. They were looking up to him to also be the first leader of Nigeria. They were disappointed that Zik was not the first leader. They were very disappointed. It was what Britain want. Britain does not want Igbo control. Do you know that in 1959 elections, Zik and CNC scored 2.4 million votes. 2.4 million votes. That was Zik and CSC. Naturally, Zik is supposed to be the head of state. He's supposed to be the prime minister of Nigeria. Ahmadu Bello MPC scored 1.9 million. Whereas Awolowo AG scored 1.4 million. But it was Tafawa Balewa that became prime minister because Britain wanted it like that. Britain said that the Igbos are uncontrollable. The Igbos cannot, because they don't trust them to serve their interests. They know that the Igbo will kick them out, kick their ass out of Nigeria once they are allowed to control Nigeria. Now, let me tell you something that happened immediately after independence. Some of you don't know aware. They don't tell these stories. They don't give this story background. They created a narrative that will put Igbos in danger and put them in quandary. And everybody were running with their narrative. That's why they don't study history in Nigeria. They don't in history, because they know why. You know why they don't put history? They don't study history in school. You know why they don't study history in school? The reason why they don't study history in school is because they prefer the public opinion media propaganda to run Nigerian history, where all of you are told that Igbo did this, Igbo did this, Igbo did this, Igbo did this, Igbo did this. That one is preferable, because any day they put history in Nigerian curriculum as an education, it becomes a legal document. The day they put history to be made history to be studied in secondary school, it becomes a legal document, studying Nigerian history. And if they go, this propaganda they are making you put a belief. Igbo did this, Igbo did this, Igbo Juku, Igbo did this. The day they make history part of Nigerian curriculum, and it becomes a legal document, and there will be legal battle. The truth of what actually happened will go to court. Because you cannot teach lie as a curriculum. That is why they remove history from secondary school. Because why? They cannot make it a legal document. Once you make this lie, they're telling you, Igbo coup, Igbo killed this, Igbo did this, Igbo did this, Igbo did this. This is what Biafra. They can't tell the true story of the Biafra war. The day they make it a curriculum, do you know what's going to happen? People go to court. So they have to remove it from educational system and now allow the lie in media server and the propaganda to shrink. That one is better for their politics against Igbo. Now let me tell you what happened. As soon as Tafawa Balewa took over as Prime Minister of Nigeria in 19, even though they didn't win the election, then Zik scored 2.4 million votes. MPC scored 1.9 million votes. Yet Zik was not the Prime Minister. Tafawa Balewa ordered the principal of King's College. It has never happened in Nigerian history. King's College is an elite school for the best or the brightest of the kids. He ordered the principal of King's College that the man should reserve 10 positions for Northerners without writing entrance exam. That way it started, though, so they can know what is happening. By the time he came down to the same time, he discovered that the Northerners are more in rank and file in military. They don't have any senior commission officers, very few of them. And those few of them are Christians Northern Christians who went to mission school. They don't have. Do you know what this guy did? He packed people who don't have school cert, who have never written school cert. They packed them from the north. Pack them. They don't have any work. They have never written work. Buhari is among them. He took them to Canada. They rejected them in Defense Academy. They said they are not trainable. He took them to Britain. They rejected them in British Defense Academy.
All right, my brother, I think we need to start the program. We have played it for almost 9 minutes.
Okay. Yes, Mazikai, good evening and welcome to my platform. I am very honored to host you here today, seriously, because this is my first time trying to host one of the, in fact, this in my own way, my senior man on my page, who always been there to guide and help also. And I want to thank you so much for all you do for the Biafran people, for keeping us updated and debunking the lies, propaganda coming from those who claim they know more than every other person. Why in the midst, I couldn't find anything they know more than you and I who in social media, except to run their propaganda. So I thank you for coming. And honestly, I am happy to have you here once this evening. So you're welcome. Please have the mic to greet Biafra.
There was my brother. In I like it. Cover. I greet everybody, my people. I greet everybody. You are welcome. We are here together with. I am here with Biafra TV. Please, if you come across this video, do us a favor. Make sure you like it and share it widely. And of course, I expect you to subscribe to the channels. We are streaming it in different platforms. So please, anywhere you are watching it, we need your support. As na acquire over. So as na acquire over. I need it from you. Go in support. I don't acquire over. I don't acquire over at all. And no, we don't reject money. If you want to support us or give us money, why not? But the issue of paying money is not there. I'm just putting it out there. I don't know. Chino and I could go.
Nobody paid me any 1 naira.
Okay. So please help us and make sure you like the video. And the issue, you guys know that this kind of thing going on now, and I suppress messages, in case if you don't know. So we are facing a lot of challenges, and you liking the video and sharing it is a way of promoting it. Do you understand? So we are here to say the truth. We are not here to drag anybody or to cause any commotion. Not for anything, but to say the truth and make sure that we defend it, okay, to maximum point, so that nobody will feel betrayed or cheated. Thank you so much for having me, Chino. God bless you. God bless you. I appreciate it. I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We are going to do it normally the way we do it. We are going to share the screen for Biafrans to see the document we have and what we are about to address this evening. I know we are here to address the issue of after a peaceful declaration, like we have done, what are the works and how the commanders need to do. Then in headline, we put it here very clearly. In the 21st century, military commanders, like the one we have, or those who claim they are commanders in the Biafra land, do they have right to come out and call for UN or US or any world power to come and conduct referendum in this Biafran land, or minus them? Do we, or with agitation, do we have rights? Because we are doing agitation, they will come and say, okay, you have started agitation from 2012 and it's 2026 and you are still on the street of UK, the street of Ireland or anywhere doing agitation. For that reason, please come. We are the US. We are United Nations. We are EU, Europe. We are AU in Africa. We are Russia. We are this. So that's the reason we are Israel. So we are calling you to know that in the 2027, January 8th, that we are going to conduct self-referendum for you people. Then, when we leave that, he now also said, okay, because of who we are, we have decided there is no need to conduct referendum. We know that Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu declared Biafra in 1967-1997. On that reason, okay, from today's 2027 henceforth, including your agitation, and because of the declaration of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu, that we want to tell you that Biafra is a country. These are the things we need to check around within ourselves for us to tell ourselves the gospel truth. The truth is what we are here to give to you. The truth we are giving you here today, the law or the criteria in this 21st century. I will always remind you that the 21st century started from 2001, is going to end in 2000. That is how you know a first century. 1 century is 12 good years. that make a century or some counting years. That is why me and Mazi Kai is here to analyze some things that people might be doing without knowing they are doing it in a wrong path. That there is a way they can do it and what it's supposed to do, then everything will be okay. That is what we here this evening to let you know. So you will join us on the comment section to comment. Like Brokai said, please try and like and share the program. Subscribe on the YouTube page. Let us, because they are suppressing the message. When you are sharing it and liking, you are inviting more people to join us. And through your like and share, the message is going viral. That is the money we want you to pay us. There is nobody who paid us £1 anyway. So Mazi Kai, let us go into let us start with the issue of the military commanders. If UN or the World Power allows them to give them right for them to be the one that we call for referendum, or because of their action, Biafra will become a country. That is why. So I'm going to play it from here, and it's going to play on our screen also. So let us move on towards that. One minute.
You want to play it out, right? You want the voice to come out?
Yes.
It's not playing out. We are not hearing anything.
You're not hearing it?
No.
Wow.
No,
Sir. No, sir. Just 1 minute. 1 minute.
Don't mute your mic. So let's just wait for him to start up, because
Yes.
you want to play the message, the audio. I greet all of you on the comment section. I can see some of us here. I can see you. Justin, I greet you. You're welcome. Mark Spencer, I greet you. Gift to KK, I see you. Chizoba, you're welcome. You're welcome, I greet you. Obi-Wan, greetings to you. Grayson, I see you. Obi-Wan, greetings to you.
In international law and modern political practice,
it?
military commands do
Yeah,
not
it's
have
now
a
this coming.
recognized
Yeah.
to unilaterally
Start.
call on the United Nations UN for a referendum. In international law and modern political practice,
Yeah, it's now this coming. Start.
The process of seeking a UN-mandated referendum, typically for self-determination
I think
or
you need to
independence,
start from beginning.
is a
Start from the
civilian and
beginning.
diplomatic process governed by specific international protocols.
Okay. So I know what to do. Let's start afresh so the thing can play out.
You need to start from beginning. Start from the beginning.
That what I'm trying to do now. We are going to get from the beginning. Let me do something. This reference 1 minute. Let me change it. That's what I'm trying to do now. We are going to from the beginning. Let me do something. Okay. So now I start from beginning again.
In international law and modern political practice, military commands do not have a recognized legal right to unilaterally call on the United Nations UN for a referendum. The process of seeking a UN-mandated referendum, typically for self-determination or independence, is a civilian and diplomatic process governed by specific international protocols. 1. The principle of civilian supremacy. Under international law and the UN Charter, the UN engages with sovereign states or recognized national liberation movements, not independent military factions. Member states. Only the recognized government of a state can formally request UN assistance for an internal referendum, e.g., South Sudan's independence referendum in 2011. Security Council General Assembly. The UN can mandate a referendum without a state's consent, only through a resolution by the Security Council, under Chapter 7, or the General Assembly, usually in response to a threat to international peace or a decolonization mandate. 2. The role of de facto authorities. If a military command or an armed group gains de facto control over a territory, they may petition the UN, but this does not constitute a right. Recognition. The UN rarely grants legitimacy to military-led requests because doing so would incentivize coups or armed conflict as a means to achieve political status. The Montevideo Convention. To be treated as a state-like entity capable of such a request, a group must usually demonstrate a permanent population, a defined territory, and a civilian government capable of entering into relations with other states. 3. Case studies and precedents. Entity. Context. UN involvement. South Sudan, 2011. Part of a comprehensive peace agreement, CPA. Requested by the civilian government and rebel leadership together. East Timor, 1999. Transition from Indonesian occupation. Negotiated between the governments of Portugal and Indonesia via the UN. Eritrea, 1993. Post-Civil War independence. The UN observed the referendum after an agreement between the transitional government and Ethiopia. 4. Legal barriers. The uti possidetis principle. The UN and the African Union generally uphold the principle of uti possidetis, ita possidetis, as you possess, so you shall possess, which protects the territorial integrity of existing states. Military commands calling for secessionist referendums often face this legal barrier, as the UN is hesitant to redraw borders without the consent of the parent state. Summary of the process. If a group seeks a referendum today, the right to request it typically flows through 1. Diplomatic lobbying, building support among UN member states to sponsor a resolution. 2. Peace agreements, including a referendum clause in a formal treaty signed by all warring parties. 3. Human rights petitions, using UN subcommittees on decolonization or indigenous peoples to highlight the need for self-determination. Would you like to look into how a specific organization or movement can gain observer status at the UN to pursue these goals?
I think I will play it more once again before we use 30 minutes to analyze it properly. Mazakai.
Yeah, play it again, play it again.
So I want to play, let Jefferson follow up again.
In international law and modern political practice, military commands do not have a recognized legal right to unilaterally call on the United Nations UN for a referendum. The process of seeking a UN-mandated referendum, typically for self-determination or independence, is a civilian and diplomatic process governed by specific international protocols. 1. The principle of civilian supremacy. Under international law and the UN Charter, the UN engages with sovereign states or recognized national liberation movements, not independent military factions. Member states. Only the recognized government of a state can formally request UN assistance for an internal referendum, e.g., South Sudan's independence referendum in 2011. Security Council General Assembly. The UN can mandate a referendum without a state's consent, only through a resolution by the Security Council, under Chapter 7, or the General Assembly, usually in response to a threat to international peace or a decolonization mandate. 2. The role of de facto authorities. If a military command or an armed group gains de facto control over a territory, they may petition the UN, but this does not constitute a right. Recognition. The UN rarely grants legitimacy to military-led requests because doing so would incentivize coups or armed conflict as a means to achieve political status. The Montevideo Convention. To be treated as a state-like entity capable of such a request, a group must usually demonstrate a permanent population, a defined territory, and a civilian government capable of entering into relations with other states. 3. Case studies and precedents. Entity. Context. UN involvement. South Sudan, 2011. part of a comprehensive peace agreement, CPA, requested by the civilian government and rebel leadership together. East Timor, 1999. Transition from Indonesian occupation. Negotiated between the governments of Portugal and Indonesia via the UN. Eritrea, 1993. Post-Civil War independence. The UN observed the referendum after an agreement between the transitional government and Ethiopia. 4. Legal barriers. The uti possidetis principle. The UN and the African Union generally uphold the principle of uti possidetis, ita possidetis, as you possess, so you shall possess, which protects the territorial integrity of existing states. Military commands calling for secessionist referendums often face this legal barrier, as the UN is hesitant to redraw borders without the consent of the parent state. Summary of the process. If a group seeks a referendum today, the right to request it typically flows through 1. Diplomatic lobbying, building support among UN member states to sponsor a resolution. 2. Peace agreements, including a referendum clause in a formal treaty signed by all warring parties. 3. Human rights petitions, using UN subcommittees on decolonization or indigenous peoples to highlight the need for self-determination. Would you like to look into how a specific organization or movement can gain observer status at the UN to pursue these goals?
Yes, I hope people who are following or those who may listen after this program, after hearing the repeat, they can cue in through what we are about to do this evening. So what we are doing is very simple. We want Biafrans to know our rights, where our rights can reach, and the level we can operate from, and the other one lies in the hands of the government. And also how the world in this 21st century see what we are doing, because I always use that word, that what we think, how you will feel, and how we know it is not what is happening again, unless we are handling our internal affairs of those saboteurs who has walked away from this peaceful declaration. So, Mazekai, you can take the lead by analyzing from number one, from the beginning to number one, and I will take from we take from number 2 to down. So at least we can move on like that.
All right. The number one from what you just played, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. From number one says the principle of civil supremacy. Is that part?
Yes.
Or should I go from the
Yes.
down one?
Start from the up first, from the international law.
The international law and modern political practice. Military command do not have a recognized legal right to unilaterally call on the United Nations UN for referendum. The process of seeking a united mandate referendum, typically for self-determination or independency, is a civil and diplomatic process governed by specific international protocols. Number one, the principle of civil supremacy under the international law and the United Charter. The UN engages with sovereign states or recognized national liberation movements, not independent military factions. Member states, only the recognized government of the state can formally request UN assistance for an internal referendum. Example, South Sudan's independence referendum in 2011, Security Council General Assembly. The UN can mandate a referendum without a state's consent only through a resolution by the Security Council under Chapter 7 or the General Assembly, usually in response to a threat to international peace and decolonization mandate.
Yes.
This goes to what you said before about commanders, thinking that they can put a call for UN to come and assist. Oh, Donald Trump, please come and help us. Come and organize a referendum. It's not done. They can only recognize a state, and it must be like USB now. After declaration, the government structure, everything must be in place. These are people that have the mandate to call for any assistance or even a request from United Nations. You want to, you cannot just say, let us demand maybe by carrying flags, protesting, in front of United Nations building, or you are protesting in the embassy, and you think that will give you that request, which is referendum, because some people still believe that self-referendum is not nobody taking serious of that or taking note of it. Some are still believing that let us do woto. From that woto, then go, United Nations will now say, oh, please, my people, stop. I'm here to help you out. For you to pass your message and your voice, for them to hear you, it must come from recognized government. And that recognized government is, you have to start that recognition within. You don't declare and run back and say, okay, let me now carry catapult and gravel for somebody to recognize you. No, you have to stand on that which you have declared. You have to go back to your message, because there's a message you pass the day of declaration. That message is that this is who I am, this is where I come from. That comes with your body, with your map. Because you cannot just say, I am a Biafra. This is your map. You have to give that, that map, clear map. Then those who may agitate within that referendum that you're talking about will not answer that. But the reason why self-referendum is very, very important is for you to be able to organize yourself to form a government, organize yourself to declare who you are and where you come from. So that by the time you are requesting for somebody to come for assistance, you are not making that utterance or that demand from government structure on ground. And you cannot build government that anybody will even pay attention without you recognizing that you are now ready to govern yourself. You have to show that sign that this is who I am. In fact, I am capable now. I know who I am. I know my history. I know my boundary. We can do this. This is what we can do. Then only, if you call for assistance, if there's any need, they will not listen to you. So you cannot just have catapult, in order now request for Donald Trump or Netanyahu to recognize you and do something. It's not done like that way. And they did not see you and make this law. Don't forget, this law is not because they see you as, okay, let us not make this law because of you. No. It is law that's already on ground. So it is your duty to learn how to fit in. You have to decide either you fall in or you fall out.
Yeah.
So that is all I have to say about that first passage.
Okay. Yes, exactly the way it's supposed to be given out is how you give it out on particular this issue. It's very obvious and openly. So quote Mas Simon Ekpa, who said that a road to achieve Biafra is very open. You remember when Amatobe said that word?
Yeah.
And when you go into all this research and come outside, you will see that the road is very open. When the road is about, example, we have moved away from 17, 18, 19 centuries. We have walked away for over this decade of so many years like this, the centuries, that we are no longer there. When you must win on the battlefield, when you must beat up your enemy, take over some territory before you becomes a nation. The world has proven to us that in this, now that it is 21st century, they said, we don't want you to be using arms again. No. Anya chọrọ na agbazi mbọ. Anya chọrọ ka na atakara not again. Ihe anyị chọziri bụ na anyị chọrọ ya n'ụzọ udo. And somebody asị mba, alụkwana ọgụ na ọgụ adịghị mma, iwe sị mba, na ọ bụrụ na ma alụ ọgụ na ma amadị ndụ, mgbe ijezi ọgụ ahụ, ma ọ na-aba mba ọgụ, enwezie ka esi butere gị nwa ebere ọgụ, ịhapụzi ọgụ anyị butere gị gbaa ọsọ. Ihe pụtara bụ na ọ kara gị mma na that you accepted the person who said, please, let's achieve peace, because after fight, there must be a peace. And you know, who want peace will first prepare for war. And if you want the style of Mas Simon Ebanjoko, we have prepared for war before our declaration. And that is why I quote him again. He said that after our peaceful declaration, when we gather these documents in our hand, that if anybody is expecting him to throw one bullet to Nigeria, that person must be joking. That person is not serious. That after the peaceful declaration, there's nothing like hitting Nigeria with again. That even if it will take us 20 years for us to remove Nigeria, and those who did not understand the words of Mas Nnamdi Kanu, sorry, the words of Mas Simon, our PM, did not understand that when he said, even if it take us 20 years, that we are going to do it. Now, on the side of the diplomatic movement, lobby, international laws, and every other thing that surrenders the movement that we are into, you find out the exact word of Obatobie, that the road that leads to Biafra is in the open, that the template is in the open. And I really find out that after a peaceful declaration, with all I have seen so far, that our template when we are in organization or when we are in the bridge should not be the template. That the only template that tallies in what we are doing was the template of the international law from the Montevideo Convention, Vienna Convention, Geneva Convention, UN Charter, and all the articles. And why they have their way, they're telling us that why we don't want this going into military. The question now remains, you who is championing military, men on ground, Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu in his own time, that saboteurs in the military was just only 2 people. And now that those who has been sabotaging has become so much. And Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu was not be able to achieve Biafra as a country through a military regime. Is it time that even somebody who you are within the same camp has already betrayed you before the war, you think you can go and get free? The world has made it openly, says in international law and the modern political way of it, military commanders does not have any recognized legal rights to call for referendum. And you can hear our brother Butu, our brother Gentle, he will come from the office of Triple General Commander Butuzo, that the message is this, that we are calling on Israel, calling on Donald Trump, we are calling on Netanyahu, we are calling on the UN to come and conduct referendum for us. And those you are calling who understand the international criteria and how we can achieve Biafra as our own country are the one, those you are calling, the UN you are calling said, there is nothing on that under the UN to come and conduct referendum via by military commanders. That such thing is not happening. After you have heard, what are you thinking again? Now, when the further say on number 2, the role of the de facto authorities. If a military commander or armed group gain de facto control over a territory, they may petition the UN, but this does not constitute a right. Now, they say they may. And what is when they said, if a military commander or armed group gain de facto control, now you are claiming you are men on ground, and you are Umuoma, and you are angel. On top of being the angel, you cannot be able to control the entire also where you claim is your base. And what happened? You disappeared. Now that you disappeared from there, how are you going to get the de facto control? The de facto control is that if you can control all the whole also, if you can control the whole anywhere you feel you have camp, when you are controlling it, that is when it simply means that you as in person are in charge. And that is the one that will make UN to come in to do what? To ask you a question, to know what is happening. Now that you cannot be able to gain the de facto control and you are running away, and once in a while you will come out, you will think that because of you are controlling, you are into armed struggle, and you can come out and call UN to come and conduct referendum. Now the UN is replying to you, said that no group of armed struggle has a legal right to call for UN to come and conduct a referendum. That is one thing that you don't understand. And I continuously been here telling you that the law has changed in this 21st century. The law has changed that the international global community in this 21st century said, we don't need armed struggle anymore. That what we need is that we need a peaceful declaration, that we want a stable government, not instability, because they said military commanders and their armed conflict are causing instability. But why that a government in exile with a peaceful declaration are causing a stable community that are going to be peaceful? That they are the one, if they call, that they are going to listen. Now, in the presence of this 21st century, if you look at what is happening, what is going on, then you may understand the stand of the USB. And the world, as I'm talking to you, go into Google and ask, did the United States of Biafra, after their declaration, has their map? And where is the map in the world right now? Ask about United States of Biafra they declared on the Google, the map of USB they declared. Go and find out by yourself. When you take that map, they will give you the map, the territory of United States of Biafra. I said, go to Google, as I'm talking to you right now, type on the Google, where can I find United States of Biafra map? As I'm talking here right now, do it on the Google, you will see it. They will, even on that map, they will circle it for you to know that the USB they are declared through a government in exile has put Biafra in the map already. These are things that you need to know. These are truths. Shouting, ranting, Ngozi Orabu Fulani, Ngozi Orabu Boro, you declare a country, you are in exile, why can't you come home? What is the sovereignty? You claim, all these things is your common brain. All these things is what you think. All these things is how you feel. And let me tell you, in that map, and if you ask, who re-declared United States of Biafra November 29, 2024, they will just tell you, Dr. Ngozi Orabeze as the Deputy Prime Minister. They are not putting Ngozi Orabu Fulani. You can't find it there. It's not there. Because you are reasoning and how the international community, like the UN members we are calling, the EU, the AU in Africa, the Commonwealth, now come to countries, the US you always call the Donald Trump there, the America you are calling Netanyahu, they are all members of the UN. And they agreed that in this 21st century, there is no legal rule for a military commander to call for referendum or to call to divide Nigeria. That the only one who has the right is only that a structure of a government in exile is the only one that owns a right to call UN, because UN they are the one, the owner of the law of a peaceful declaration is only way you can achieve a new country. And now when you see, go and check which country or which group of people are maintaining the 21st century law of peaceful declaration. The next example is USB by the Ngozi Orabeze. No, this is the easiest one on the Google as I'm talking to you right now. There is no other one. There is no other government. You see, you are BGC. You see, you are fake fallback bridge. It does not exist in the eyes of international law. it only exists in the mindset of you who continue thinking that what you want was position and you want to make the Biafran people that is all about business. Go to many group WhatsApp today. There is many platforms that you can donate. Donate is all we are seeing today. That is why we are wanting you to be very careful where you donate your money. If you don't know where you donate, ask questions, make phone calls. So you should not give the criminals your money. Now, the present one now, you can see Obi Nozagalo posting a link where they can be able to put money for him. That is the latest one of Obi Nozagalo right now. If you go to many platforms on the X now, Obi Nozagalo has introduced an account. That is what it's for you to know. It's all about money. They are not for freedom. When it's come to freedom, the only people you have is United States of Biafra government is the only one for you. And you are claiming you are a military. And you just Udele and the one part comes in, you disappeared. Now you're underground, like DOS. And you are claiming that you have what it takes. That's why I told you, no matter what you think, when the UN changes the status of a new country to be in a peaceful way, they know that you don't have what it takes in this 21st century to do what? To outline your oppressor. But through a legal means, diplomatic, international pressure, and the media pressure, that you will win your country. Where are you that Nigeria in full force did not descend on you and you find a way to disappear? What of if they fully descend on you? And when you are championing yourself, you are a triple general that cannot be able to confront Udele Chukwuka, and you disappeared. Are you not embarrassing yourself? Are you not tired of all these things they're doing? That is why you want you to know that there is not. And now they said that the only way that the UN will listen to you if you can conquer Imo State alone. They said if you have what? If a military commander or an armed group gain de facto control over a territory, if you get control of Imo State, if you get control of Odu Anambra, if you can get control of Enugu State, then you can call on you and they will answer you. Now that you know that you cannot, why can't you accept your fate the way you are? Why can't you take things according to your size? That is why it is very imperative that you listen and ask yourself a question. Does it really what they call 21st century law? If it is, now start asking questions like what I do here. What I do always on the Real Biafra TV is to research and present it to you. That's what I do here. I don't come here because the Biafra we are into right now is not what Broca I think. It's not how I feel. It's not what I know. But we only going to implement the international law, their criteria, and their template. That is what is giving us Biafra. And they don't want us to lose our life again. They want us to remain alive. You know what happened in 1967 to 1970, where Chukwu have, let me just call it 5 betrayers, 5 rebels among them. He have 2 from the military, and the Ifajuna and his own heart. So after that, their mind, talk less of today, that all of you know that you did not even believe yourself. Now, you know, onye na nwanne ya kwụ egwu a na-atụ ya ka na-agba, and you think ya na military commander bata na enwere ihe ị ga-eme. I want to tell you one thing, that this ignorance you are showing is not an excuse in the eyes of the law. Let's continue. Then it further says, recognition. The UN really grants legitimacy to military leaders' requests, because if there was be able to control their de facto territory, that is only way. Then the further says, leader requesting because doing so will not intercede into armed conflict as a means of achieving political status. That's what you are doing, is going to target into armed conflict. That they are not ready for you. That you should exist from that. That with that, there would be no recognition. Rather, the recognition will be delayed. Let's continue. The Montevideo Convention, to be treated as a state like entity capable of such a request, a group must usually dominate a permanent population, define territory, and a civil government capable of entering into recognition, into relations with other states. You must be a state. You must have a government. And the government must be a civil government in this 21st century. It's not going to be a civil, it's not going to be a military government. Because what we are seeing with those that are causing harm to Gentile and Butus of them, they are presenting them as they are the government. I had it clearly from the old criminal called I don't know who, that you who wear the shoes know where it pinches you. Tell us how you want it. And you may ask yourself, is it how the international community really wants it to go? Is it how the international community is going to give us Biafra? By telling a military who's supposed to be under the government. And what we are practicing is what? A civil democracy government. We are not practicing autocracy. That is only way under command and control of the military regime. That is not what we are practicing. And the UN also have avoided practicing military regime. That is why they said, we have drifted away from a man who had the most biggest gun to a man who stand on the diplomatic and the legal process is the one that is going to, that we as the UN are going to listen to. Now, under this Montevideo Convention, a criteria for you to become a nation that UN will answer. Do you hear military? There is important 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. In this important 4, let me mention it again here. Listen to this. A permanent population, divine territory, and the civil government, a civilian government that make a declaration of the United States of Biafra is the one they want. This a civil government can have the capacity to enter into relations with other states, with other countries, with other nations, not a military commander. Remember, Brother Kai, last time we were here, we tweeted when they told us that military commanders and gun and blades cannot pass through the embassy, but passports and ID card can pass through embassy. This is what the world are looking for at this stage. Now, in case of this, when you sit down to look at all things that are boiling down at this stage that we are into, it will trigger you or make you to understand that there is no way we can achieve Biafra with any military commander or with any military force showing themselves social media. One, there is case studies and the way it has happened. What are they saying? The case of, they give us what? Entity, contest, UN involvement. Why did UN involvement in some areas? They are involved because of South Sudan, 2011. Did they use military commander before they come? Or is it the military commander was the one who pulled out, start calling for UN, EU, and the AU in Africa to come and conduct self-referendum? The answer is no. It says, part of comprehensive peace agreement, CP. Part to what? A comprehensive peace declaration and agreement requested by the civilian government. It was being requested by a civilian government, not by a rebel leadership. Not by a rebel leadership. Use how to describe the word. That is why I don't hide the word, I don't romance the word. I don't do political correctness at this stage. All I'm doing is give it the way it is. You see what Gentle is doing? That is why they said, not from the rebel leadership of military commanders. Do you see how the world viewed Gentle coming out, calling for Netanyahu, Donald Trump, America, UN? No, the world has passed beyond that. The world has passed beyond that. Well, let's continue. Eastern Timor, 1999, transition from Indonesia occupation, negotiating between the government of the Portugal, a civil government, not a military government again, or not a military commander. This is 1999. It happens. East Timor. From where? These are countries who departed from Indonesia. There is no voice of military commander. There is nothing like the voice of any military commander. Remember, we have given you South Sudan, or their part, no military commander. I have also given you East Timor from Indonesia, no military commander. What do they have? They have a peaceful government of a civilian rule that calls for the UN to answer. This is how other people have do their own. Now let's continue. What of Eritrea? 1993, post a civil war independency they use. But what happened? The world ignored them at a stage, but later answer. The UN observed the referendum after they have stopped their military movement, the post-war. Once they stopped, what happened? The civil government immediately called for the UN observers. And what happens? They are the one who called, not that they stand on the protest. They stand on the streets protesting, agitating, and the world said, okay, come on, we are going to give you Eritrea out of Ethiopia as a country. That is why I ask you, what do you think that you are doing? What do you think you are seeing social media? Can you bring example where it has happened? You are wearing a cloth today because people have started sewing cloth before you was being born. And that is why you can go, you can use the same method, went to market and do what? Buy your size of the cloth. They did not see you to start sewing cloths. The only thing we are doing today is to stand on the existing protocol of those who has walked through it before. If you send your child to school today, he's going to stand on the existing protocol that has been there before he was being born. That is why he can pass primary 1, primary 2, primary 3, primary 4 to what? To university level. Can he jump and enter university? Can he jump? The answer is no. That is why
it's not possible.
It's not
But
possible.
thank you so much. You have said a lot. Just to add something. Do you know that some people, I don't want to mention names. Honestly, it is shocking that people you actually hold in a high esteem, like people that you expect to know. Most of them will come out and begin to make argument. I was watching a program today, which of course maybe I will write on that later. I just stumbled on the program, and I heard somebody. I have not talked about that our brother. I've never mentioned him at all. I listened to what he said. This argument is his own argument is that that PM. Many of them are saying the same thing. There's a feedback from your end. There's a feedback from you. Chin, are you there?
Yes, I'm here listening. Yes.
There's a feedback. If there's a feedback from you, is there anything that you open?
No, I don't open anything.
Because if I say something, I will receive something like feedback. Okay, it has stopped. It has stopped. So this our brother, and so many of them. You see, this group of people that used to be in USB government that have decided to go back to Imam Madhab, stylishly moving to Imam Madhab. There are some notice about them. That is, imagine, okay. No, everybody, even you, I believe you want PM to come out, right?
Live.
Good. I believe that in fact, I don't think we have up to 10 people that believe that Biafra have been declared that don't want PM to come out. I don't believe that. That's my own opinion. But this will say that, PM was very, very, that PM stood for mass Americano. PM would do this and that because of military that we are talking. That military did this and did that. Military is top notch. that Musa even that PM did so well that even National Assembly were deliberating on how to engage PM because of military wing. That PM did everything to shake the country, to shake Nigeria. That is what is expected of people that are now to do the same thing. That even if no matter what, the PM maintain the standard that Masno kind of set. So it's expected of Biafrans today to pick up from there and maintain it the same way. That during the trial of PM, the first trial, or where they sentenced him, that thing happened in a local law court in Finland. Check your phone. So something, there's a feedback from you. Check your phone.
Nothing. No. Okay, wait. My fan is on. I know the reason. Let me off my fan. That is what is bringing the
It should be your fan. It sounds like maybe the way they are cooking something, somebody is using mortar. Just mute your mic. Let your mic be on. It should be your fan. I think it's your fan.
Shaking is better now.
Yeah, it's perfect now. It's perfect now. So that PM used to, military should continue that way. You need to maintain that. You need to maintain that. And the part that provoked me, that the part that triggered my anger is not only him. Many people have said that when they try PM for the first time they try PM and sentenced him 6 years, that Biafran couldn't do anything to represent. Are you following?
I'm following.
They couldn't do anything to represent. First, if you complain about Army. Second, now you're not complaining that Biafran couldn't do anything. That there's no lawyer, there's no this. And I was like, okay, that is true. If that is true, who is to be blamed? Because last time I checked, I'm sorry that I'm taking you this route, but I have to. Last time I checked, somebody made it possible that during that trial, the representation of PM, if there's anything like that, was not all that good. Then who made it possible? Somebody occupied the opportunity. Somebody claimed that he or she are in charge, that they want to dictate. So how can you now ignore the people that did it, and they're looking for who to blame? Because what they're trying to do is what they're trying to say in essence is that DPM and USB government did not step up to to the occasion. They just allow PM to use a lawyer that on a pro bono to defend himself, and therefore now the only choice they can do now is Imam Madabo, the same Imam Madabo that actually caused that actually created the thing that you are complaining now. Now, military, nobody's against military, but they stand for everything. They stand for everything. If you know that you cannot claim the activities of military because PM stand, and make sure that everything, that he take responsibility of everything that happened. Now that you claim that you need it, if they ask you to come and stand now, you don't want to stand. But all you can do is to keep on blaming USB government, blaming DPM. Can you come out? That thing that PM did that you are celebrating, can you come out now and stand and to represent that? And since you don't want to understand, you don't want to pay attention about international law, you don't want to pay attention on what you're supposed to do to have your freedom, Can you step up? You said no. Can you now add your voice to that? You said no. Then allow people to follow this pattern. You said no. You know, you made mention of people dishing out account to donate. That is what many of them actually want. I have said it before. Remove anything in finance, then you see how many people that will stand for freedom. Most of them talking about freedom is about finance. So I'm happy that we are here talking about this today because many people have been deceived. Many have been deceived about this issue of, oh, Musa they cry. Oh, you know, plane. We were in charge of airspace and all that on our totality. But when it comes to stand on that and do something, nobody wants to do anything. Please have the mic, my brother. Thank you.
Yeah, Mazekai, when I look at these people, you know, I don't know why people like to use where we sweet them for their mouth and their agenda and cover where does not sweet them. That is why for me, I open everything up so you can see this area is favored you. This area does not favor you. Then that area does not favor you. Is it where the truth is? Because of where does not favor you is where the truth is. Then what will happen? Then you will cover it. For you to get money, you will continue lying day in, day out. The issue is this. I asked somebody a question. I asked him, sir, Ngozi Orabeze is not doing it well. For that day, Obatobia was taken in, and when you got the information,
sorry, somebody said you should give link to come in.
Okay, yeah, I will just let them hold on. Our analyzers more, then we'll bring them. You know, you want to pull in from your side?
No, it's okay. You can just drop the link. Anybody, my side and your side are the same. Anybody can just drop it on the comment section.
Okay, so
or just, if you want me to just drop it as well. Drop it there. I will also drop it on my own as well.
Okay, so the thing is very simple. Let me finish this analysis, then we'll drop the link so the viewers will join us. So the thing is very simple. I asked an elderly man who was with USB the declaration, and he decided 3 months ago to deviate, and he called me. I told him, sir, when Obatobia was taken away, from that first day he took away and you got the information. When they are bringing people that they said that Ogenkere and Ngozi Orabeze and they want Ogenkere, did you volunteer yourself as a man that you want to lead? And Ngozi Orabeze said no, that you should not lead. He says no, that's why I did not volunteer. I understand that he understands that the leadership has already fallen on the head of Ngozi Orabeze to lead the movement. And also that among all of them, minus Obatobie, that Ngozi Orabeze is only person who can speak out and make a point, even in all their cabinet member meetings. And I asked him when I said, are you talking about Ngozi Orabeze? He said no, that he should not take this part away from this woman, that she's a spokesperson and she's very intelligent. And I asked, what was the problem? The problem is that she is trying to supervise everything. That you know that she doesn't have a right to put eyes in the security. That is only why he left Ngozi Orabeze. Today, Ngozi Orabeze becomes a bad person to him. Because the part that we sweet him with the so-called the security, Ngozi Orabeze has blocked him woefully from that part. What happened? Dr. Ngozi Orabeze becomes a bad person. Now, all of you who are knocking woto, do they hear the part Obatobie, Mazekai? You have to go and check for that video. Obatobie said that after a peaceful declaration, nothing like more, that he's not going to throw a one bullet to Nigeria. Please, if you have that video, before we put our link, I want you to play that video if you have it, if it is in a close place.
I don't have the video, to be honest with you. I think what PM said is that that is gonna, if you think that we are going to stop after declaration, that we are not going to stop, But if you think that you are going to just push Nigeria away from our land just like that, that is not going to stop. That is a gradual process. That it will, is even if it's going to take us 20 years, that we can do that. That if is it not that the part where he talked about Vietnam, right? Or is there another thing?
No, there's another one where he said that after declaration that if you're expecting him to throw a one bullet to Nigeria, that you're not going to see it again. That is part of his last program with us before he take away from us.
Maybe I will check for that. I don't have it.
Yes.
Maybe I'll check for that.
Is there. So, and I want you to, that is why for me, honestly, I believe in this 21st century.
I think
so much.
Drop your link. I want to know what the person that asked for that link, what they want to say. That is what is your name? Scofield, something like that. Let me know, because the name is actually strange. I don't know. Did you see the comments?
Yes, let me finish this.
Just drop the link for those of anybody that want to comment on what you are saying. So people can just jump in.
Because our people, we only want to accept the one that to suit us, and where it does not suit us, we don't accept that part. That is one thing I myself found out from our people, that we only go to what we want and how we feel. You know, this is also part of the problem that we are facing in this movement this time around. Our people want what they want and how they want it, not how the thing is going to look in the eyes of the international community. That is what I find out. So that is the link on the comment section. So whoever wants to come in, you are free to join us, because what we are doing is very simple. I understand clearly that every country in the world has those that recognize them. Every country has those that recognize them. And the recognition is not coming from we, the Biafran people, but rather the recognition is coming from those that we don't know about them. That is why it's better for us to dance like when one, you know, in fact, so it's better for us to dance to the tune of the world that are going to organize us, for us to become a fully country, and instead of doing what we think. Now look at it the other way around.
Most of our people want to know that all they actually want is this vote and donate. You understand? You see, vote and donate is the only thing that most of our people want. The question is, you don't blame those who hijack military, since you must do what. You don't blame those that hijack military. Then you now turn around to blame those that military said, I don't want to work with you. You are blaming them.
Exactly.
Then you also don't want to know how all international community, imagine like what you said, gentle calling for Netanyahu and Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
Yeah, you are calling for them, but you don't care about the law that those two people believe in.
Exactly.
Do you understand? You don't, because when you talk about international law, there's nothing like international law without, at least for now, Israel and America.
That is the option.
Now, you don't care about the international law that these people actually that signatory to. You don't care about it, but you are hell bent in calling them to come and assist you. Just like now, you want to come to Kai Report House, but you don't bother to mention, to even ask Kai Report, what is your address? You know, But
Yeah.
you want me to believe that you actually want. I mean, anyway, we are here now on our own. You know
Yes.
why is just challenging me? She said that us even bachelors are one man. So if
Nke ọsọ nke ọwụ.
eh?
Nke ọsọ nke dị ya.
Also, you know, they are not Lutra. So,
Okay, that
for,
you also you have to join Ultra also.
no, also that I wish you watching my program last night. Also that now that na more na gige itake ife Eggman mas akwako serious. No, yawa. Ka mụ bụ ka report suppose ị na-ege ntị na-anụ ife ya na-ekwu.
Gịnị dị?
Na-efolo ife ya na-eme ghọtagodi atana m afọ nwata
we have a Ocho Master here, but Ocho Master, please give us that 3 minutes or 2 minutes. We are going to play this program again because we have reached our analysis on it to refresh our people's mind. Then the mic is free for everybody to join us. So just give us that 2 minutes as you are here with us. Let us play it for the last time today, Mazekai. So the floor will be free for everybody to comment.
There we go.
In international law and modern political practice, military commands do not have a recognized legal right to unilaterally.
And there's something I want to chip in if I allow it to play. Our people did not understand that what they call a modern political practice in this 21st century. They don't know it. You know, those who believe in the military, now compare them to IPOB protests for 1 decade, 12 years. What was the gain of protest of IPOB today for 12 years? Because of the protests, have the world said, okay, take Biafra, or we are coming to give a referendum date. The world will not. Our people should focus on the reality.
Call on the United Nations UN for a referendum. The process of seeking a UN-mandated referendum, typically for self-determination or independence, is a civilian and diplomatic process governed by specific international protocols. 1. The principle of civilian supremacy. Under international law and the UN Charter, the UN engages with sovereign states or recognized national liberation movements, not independent military factions. Member states. Only the recognized government of a state can formally request UN assistance for an internal referendum, e.g., South Sudan's independence referendum in 2011. Security Council General Assembly. The UN can mandate a referendum without a state's consent, only through a resolution by the Security Council, under Chapter 7, or the General Assembly, usually in response to a threat to international peace or a decolonization mandate. 2. The role of de facto authorities. If a military command or an armed group gains de facto control over a territory, they may petition the UN, but this does not constitute a right. Recognition. The UN rarely grants legitimacy to military-led requests, because doing so would incentivize coups or armed conflict as a means to achieve political status. The Montevideo Convention. To be treated as a state-like entity capable of such a request, a group must usually demonstrate a permanent population, a defined territory, and a civilian government capable of entering into relations with other states. 3. Case studies and precedents. Entity. Context. UN involvement. South Sudan, 2011. Part of a comprehensive peace agreement, CPA. Requested by the civilian government and rebel leadership together. East Timor, 1999. Transition from Indonesian occupation. Negotiated between the governments of Portugal and Indonesia via the UN. Eritrea, 1993. Post-Civil War independence. The UN observed the referendum after an agreement between the transitional government and Ethiopia. 4. Legal barriers. The Uti Possidetis principle. The UN and the African Union generally uphold the principle of UTI Possidetis, ita Possidetis, as you possess, so you shall possess, which protects the territorial integrity of existing states. Military commands calling for secessionist referendums often face this legal barrier, as the UN is hesitant to redraw borders without the consent of the parent state. Summary of the process. If a group seeks a referendum today, the right to request it typically flows through 1. Diplomatic lobbying, building support among UN member states to sponsor a resolution. 2. Peace agreements, including a referendum clause in a formal treaty signed by all warring parties. 3. Human rights petitions, using UN subcommittees on decolonization or indigenous peoples to highlight the need for self-determination. Would you like to look into how a specific organization or movement can gain observer status at the UN to pursue these goals?
Yes, you can see what the world wants us to do and how it will go. So, my brother Ocho Master, please, you can have the mic. Mazikai.
Yeah, I am
Ocho
here.
Master. Ocho Master, are you here? You can unmute. Ocho Master, are you here? Ocean Master.
On another room.
Okay, when he comes, he will miss himself and join us. So the world has make it openly for us that in this movement there is the only thing they know is about a civilians government, not military government. What you see Butozo and Gento is claiming is a military regime government. And in the next program with Brokai, we are going to give you what the world will call these military people who claim that after a peaceful declaration that they are not going to do the needful. I am not condemning military or our commander or Biafran men. No. The way USB has it right now, do not say a word. Don't show yourself social media. You can take your action anywhere you like.
I greet you all.
Ask why ask them at the other room as usual.
Ọ bụrụ eziokwu anọghị na
Okay.
Zaza room aka dị m n'ife ịghọtago anọ m n'iru ihe a na-eme ịghọtago so ịmana maazị mba ama nwanne m ama Zaza room enwekwa ife ọ mụ adam edina ya edina ọ na-enye m ọṅụ so ndewo nne
just 1 minute. Ekeneze, the link I dropped now is will bring you to the studio. Those of you that want to contribute, or you have, I wish I would have one of the 4 back republic, or maybe all these four deep republic, or probably maybe 4 autopilot renewed. Anyone at all, please. This link is for free. Don't just hang on comments and begin to yap nonsense. The link
no,
is for
no
people who
insults.
want to say something.
No insults. Yeah.
No insults. Insults, okay. Do I know how to insult anybody? So please, feel free and talk. Let's hear from you. Oshima, sorry about that. Continue.
No problem. Yeah, so your topic this evening was very wonderful. Even if I enjoy no lady because I want on notification. So but thank God I'm here. There is something that I want to chip in first. Let me start somewhere. Mazikai, the program you run in the afternoon, the one you run about wine is your chat, and the one you run where Ogenkere, the double-faced man in Biafra struggle, Ogenkere was raising picture. Again, he had what the third time or second time when I raised picture against Biafrans, right?
No. If I just that old one can replay back for people to remember.
Okay. However, you see, there's something that you said here. You said that minus money, that you then will know who among them will still remain.
Yes, ma'am.
I totally agree with you. I totally concur on that. Because some of them, when you look at their attitude, when you look at the way they move, it's all about money. Money. Outside that, so many of them will not be in this journey. Madeka vam. All of them, interest of money and position. Now, in the terms of Ogenkere, I am convinced Ogenkere is not just only money that propel him. Ogenkere has a very big interest that is protecting against Biafrans. against this Biafra, Ogenkere have something deeper than what eye is seeing. That's my own conviction. Maybe with Indiana and Aboko. What I mean by that is that I believe that he is the eye of Nigerian government in Biafran journey. I am convinced. I'm so much convinced that you can prove me otherwise, but I am convinced that Ogenkere is a Nigerian eyes, the eyes of Nigerian governors or Southeast governors in the Biafran journey. How do I say that? Number one, if Ogenkere is just about money or issue, maybe Dr. Ngozi Orebeze being a woman, I ask myself, number one, what is Mazen Nandekano fighting for? Biafra, right? Our freedom, our new nation. What is Man Simon Ekpa fighting? Our freedom, our new nation. What is Dr. Ngozi Orebeze, the cabinet of United States of Biafra fighting? Our freedom and our new nation. What are we talking here now? Fighting for our freedom and our nation. So if this is truth, if Ogenkere is fighting exactly this as I mentioned, how is it that it's just because he wants to be a leader and then the leader Biafrans could not accept him to be a leader, looking the kind of person he is, the kind of pedigree that he has, looking the type of character that he's having. Why would that be something that will make Ogenkere to deviate completely from the issue of Biafra? Naming people that are fighting for Biafra, creating groups in the Biafra declared, going to the far of talking to the armies on ground against PM order and Nandekano's order that nobody should have contact with the soldier, the boot on ground. And when he finally succeeded in getting to them, he told them to pipe low, that they should lay down whatever they are doing so that Dr. Ngozi Orebeze will not take the glory. And the same man with Imam Madagu then, they watch how the trend is going. They watch the boot, they watch the men who pipe low with their boot. They watch the damages that is causing, and they could not say anything. They continue confusing the boot on ground until they get to the level that it becomes. Then DPM have to start afresh. Create the elite squad. So with this little narrative I have brought here, you see, I am convinced that Ogenkere is not only money; he is being used by some of the Southeast governors and Nigerian government, based on the attitude he have exhibited so far, and they continue to exhibit. Because if there is no interest, what is that? This job is too hectic for me, and I've been crying for that. Now, Biafrans say, okay, let us help you. Then why are you fighting that you must be there? Even knowing that you don't have the capacity, the charisma is not in you to do that. You cannot talk, make some sentence correctly. You cannot even present yourself and what the project that you have. Well, you are not outspoken. You cannot, speak fluent the way that people in the international community will understand and reason with you. You don't have it. This is truth. I cannot claim what I am not. So, if not this thing that I see, why wouldn't you say, okay, let us move? Not only Ogenkere, all of them. With Imam Madhav, I just mentioned Ogenkere. Just use that Ogenkere with all their group from that they fall back in Brigi after the declaration. Those who say they fall back to Brigi, from there fall deep, fall to autopilot, and via to what is his name, Masob. All of them, they are in the same ship. Though some of them, few of them was just out of my friendship with these people. If you read them, their character, you see that because this guy is this one is my friend, because this one, you know, as he have let me leave. So that is what I see from them. Then on one, Isiocha, who is completely insane. You can see the video that you play, Mazikai, where he called Soludo. Oh my God. He said that it's no more for Biafra. I think I listened to something like that. That is no more for Biafra. That he said a lot that I could not remember now. And when I was listening to that, I said to myself, look at the people that are talking about Biafra yesterday. Just imagine. Look at the person that some people are listening from his own platform. And they are there listening to what he said, what he just said on that very video. And this is not the first time he said that. You mentioned the Obieze Mazika. Obieze will always come. You say that the man is an old man. Trust me, I don't know the kind of old man that he is. Maybe out of here in Jagidi. Out of here in Jagidi. Sonya Mariana, that woman, maybe out of here in Jagidi, or Judea. Then with the other one, you know. But after that, Mazika and the Mazicino, and dear friends, somebody who uses his mouth and say that he's no more for Biafra, that he said on that video, he said a lot. How can you be reasonable after listening to that? You still believe that this person, you have anything to do with her? That will be that amount to something that I would say that this person, anybody who told towards that, is out of his or her senses. That is truth. So I don't think that people, you know, like you used to say, Mazikai, you don't need to tell anybody what to do, who to listen and who not to listen. But you need to use your brain. You need to put your acts together. Not only her, all of them that have brought bad name into this new nation we declared. Biafrans need to do something exceptional. By at least,
I want to add something to what you are saying. You see, I think many of us don't remember that if you have a very, in fact, let me put it as a question. Mention one person that have a very I don't want to say important, like you have a very huge investment, okay, that have a very huge investment outside the Igbo land, mainly outside the Igbo land, that is actually talking about freedom. Do you know anybody?
The people that have investment outside Igbo land.
Yes, like now company or have maybe two-story building in Lagos.
No. You see, on that note, if you said openly, I will say it for now, I have not seen, unless the ones I don't know, openly. But maybe secretly or anonymously, some may. Like, I have some friends that I had some battle with some time ago, very, very notable and up to do. I know how it happens.
And
Even
then the
some of
question
them,
is, are they agitating for freedom?
no. They are not openly agitating. In fact, most of them condemned at the initial, but now most of them have changed. In fact, some hours ago, I just discussed with somebody, and his word amazed me. He said, "There's noise from the background. There's noise from the background. Somebody's, okay.
Yeah, somebody just
Somebody's
joined. Chino, you can mute him. Ekeneze just joined us.
I muted him
Yeah.
now.
So and this person told me that he said that in fact his word is that first of all he said that we are almost there. I said we are almost where he said that we are going. These are one of the people that never because of what they have in the so-called Nigeria. Say that we almost have.
No, listen, my brother, I understand you, but this one is just like a normal human being trying to fit in. I'm talking about those who claim they are activists, agitator. One, I have not seen anybody.
They have not openly come.
That is
They have not openly.
that is like the level of like what Obeke is claimed to be, want to show his face, but have a very good investment in Nigeria. I have not seen
No.
anybody.
Some of them that we hear.
Obeke told us that he have multi-millions investment
in billionaire in Nigeria.
Yeah, so
and the millionaire in US.
How can you not believe that such a person is fighting for freedom?
Mazikai, let me quickly say this. Number one, you see, by their fruits you shall know them.
Exactly.
I hope we are all matured enough. We should understand when a man who cannot give you his or her real identity is talking, you lie one. It's in the open. We cut it. You lie two.
To India.
The third one, nobody will take you serious.
You know what he did?
And
he called
what are you saying?
in the military relationship.
A man who said that he bought a Ferrari, $100,000. Listen, when he's driving it in Nigeria, you see, this kind of a person, for me, it doesn't make sense, and it doesn't have any class. This is the way I look at him, Mazi, Kai, and Chino. I look at him because you don't need to tell me that you bought a Ferrari, $100,000. What do I have to? What did that tell me? You tell me that you are nothing. You are nobody. That's it. In fact, the quote that he's quoting, I think he was gearing towards the money that at that time alleged that goes out of Enugu State government, and all the promises that they're expecting to get, so that when immediately the money comes in, he will say, okay, yes, this is this is who I am, that I get this money, I get this. Believe me, that guy, even in the US where he is just an empty vessel. I will tell you this for free. Even for him to mention that.
I feel like he's not fighting for Biafra. I don't believe that.
No. I said it. I said it here before. Yeah, I said it here. You see, this guy, apart from what you say that minus money, that a lot of people will. Odenkere own is not like that. Odenkere own is opposite of what we are doing. This, I am highly convinced of that. He is opposite of what. Just look at how immediately, even I said it a number of times. Most of them that you see that are doing this, they are aware of what happens to Obatu Obie on a very high note. They are aware of that. And immediately it happened. Couple of hours on that, they threw out everything in the open. They immediately shopping for who will replace. They immediately using the word that before PM will come out, that he will never be in sanity again. And his brain will never be normal. You can see that kind of a thing. And you see the fight they put immediately. Fighting, that is as if that will tell you that, number one, there's something bigger on what we think that we are, that they are hiding or they are working on that. So for me, they are the eyes of Nigeria in the Biafran journey. It's not hidden. Quote me, this is my conviction. And if they said no, let them begin to swear with the highest deity that we have in Igbo land, in Biafra land. They will be mentioning it with their foot on the ground, touching the soil and looking at the sun. Why talking it? And there's something that you asked before, Mazi Kai. You said that you don't know if Ogenkere have a wife. My brother, that is $1 million question. Because if you look at him, sometimes if you look at him before, the mode he dress, the way he talk, is he a family man? Does he look a family man? My brother,
I don't see that.
Everybody should answer that. And
why is it that he's living in Baltimore? That office.
Baltimore, yeah.
That he don't have a house, that the wife pursue him.
One instructor may be right that it doesn't have a house because one instructor knows both of them, they were dilly-dallying before. If you remember,
and Obes are not going to get out from the road now.
Oh yeah. Obes are not going with them.
Obes
are about to go with Kerenke Unka. Oh my God. That guy. Oh my God. Kerenke on Okara before. In case of where they be a ball. Be a from ball before. My God. Oof.
Please, any of you that have questions, Eze, you are from Ogenkere. Any of you that have questions, the link is here for everybody. Join us. Let's hear from you. Because in a few minutes, we are winding down.
Yes.
Obi with that guy was only one in certain SLA bongo sell hana like camera down, just like what the Maziakwa. What Maziakwa ask an old woman in live program. Okay, man, see not about on a live program. This man actually I don't know who's put that down. Now, I like program. I don't know. Okay, Ruby Nadi. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Okay, yeah, you're right. Ruby Nadi, make it out and old man. Be very serious. Now, put the camera down. Very high for me.
Let's come back to program. Let's come back to program.
Yeah. So they know what they are doing anyway. Let me just leave it as that. I'm still here. Mazi Chino and Mazi Kai. Because Kai, when you finish the program, try come on, because something you said about the guy from the homeland, the one name another so I need the I discuss on that then the message voice note me at the other time. I make it thank you very much.
Okay, I'll get back to you. So that's a couple of kids will not believe before. Thank you so much.
Yeah, what much, yeah.
Thank you, Master. Yeah, Maragima. Eze, what is his house? Eze, just follow the link and come. Don't be afraid. Come with your question about Ngozi, like you said, and showing her luxurious life according to you and all that. Just come. I don't want to answer anybody on comments. In fact, I want to adopt one policy in my platform that before you even talk, I think I need your face also. Are you coming from graveyard? You never can tell. Most of you are ghosts actually. But I'm already in the house. Let's hear from you.
Oh, Mazika in the war.
Yo, my ready.
Arabia Frat TV, I salute you.
Good evening, Madam Origin, Mama. You're
Ndewo
welcome.
Ocean Master. Ekele mo. Ike Jesus. Ọ dịkwa na mma. Ihe ọma mere mmadụ niile. Ndị chọrọ ihe ọma. Chọrọ ihe ọma bịara ha. We are serious about it this time around. Ndị na-akọlaba ndazụ biko nu, we wait for you mgbe unu fesiri forward. Anyị kpekpara unu ihe ọma mere unu.
Yes, sir.
And for now,
Exactly.
we have our face like a flint.
Triple
Flint face.
MI20.
And if you have your, this thing, there's an echo somewhere. Mute.
Yeah, he's from, I think, Ike Jesus.
I've muted him. Yeah.
Okay, great. So now do well. Today's topic. You see, results, outcome, whatever you are doing, if there is no outcome, if it does not correlate, if it is not moving towards progress, then you're wasting your time. Look at all these things you're teaching, my Zero Biafra TV. Everybody is serious, trying to see how we can make sense of all that is going on and how to move forward. We keep talking, you keep stressing on government and the paperwork and the ID cards. And by the way, this is what I want to talk about. Results card aputago. And I see that UK states, the one caption had it, it said, UK state visits magnificently or whatever, magnificent. All the brouhaha of royal visits, the results card don't come out to me. And I listen where. Number one, the one I want to stress on and point out, there are three major things that came out of it. One was they borrowed money. They borrowed 746 million pounds just to treat the Lagos port. It's not like they're building one. No, just furnish it, dust it. They borrowed 746 million pounds. Then the next thing they did was they signed a treaty, whether that one a treaty or whatever they signed on. That's all the asylum people, all the crimo. I don't know whether they are going to even ship Kwakwa, the ones that are abandoned. You see, Afghanistan and Pakistan and all of those stand. Now Nigeria is almost like a stand, because if they could allow, in quotes, the Buckingham Palace made it clear that this is the second ever Islam, is whether the Islamic leader or whatever that has come during Ramadan. So you people don't even know the whole package. The package, the result card is too plenty. But what I'm going to point out is on the New Telegraph News had it that about 2,071 Nigerians face deportation because it's already online, in the process. And my alert is to our brethren, UK. We have, I'm just going to tell all the IPOB, the ones that call themselves IPOB, fall back headlong. What is going to save you is if you go and get your ID card under United States of Biafra as a nation, because we have a document that can protect you. Even before our government begin to table and do the diplomatic footwork, what identifies you as a Biafra citizen is your ID card. So you have to. This one small expo I'm giving to some of those streamers that the only thing that gives them heartburn is when you call USB. They get a midlife crisis once you call USB. They don't want to have anything to do with USB, but that's what is going to save you. Yeah, all those ones that went out on protests. Let me tell you now, if you're hearing me, put your hand on your ear. If you don't have United States of Biafra, if they go and pick you up that you are causing constituting nuisance inside the UK and they ship you to Nigeria, you are going straight to dungeon. So this one is very important, that what we have to make use of what we have to save ourselves. This one you don't like her face, I beg. Like, if you like your own, save yourself first. What we are running is a government. What is going on, in case you don't know, is a government. There's so much to help protect you. And another thing, get Ghana Maziri Biafra TV and educate yourself, because I'm not going to be, I'm very impatient. As Shepion, I don't hear my voice. Every time I talk like an impatient person, because I don't see how you can be talking to an adult to now a flip. Instead of flipping back forward, you only flip backward, as though you're going to beg them to be alive. That's today I'm not sounding nice, but when I saw this, I got a little frustrated. And I began to wonder, like, okay, all these people that went to protest, their faces are on camera. If they pick them and said they were constituting nuisance and they deport them to the Obodo Bongo, what is going to happen to them? So the best thing is go and get the United States of Biafra ID. That makes you, excludes you as a Nigerian. Now you're a Biafran. That makes you a Biafran. So they will not deport Biafrans. They will only deport Nigerians. Hello? Maybe.
Hi.
I see there. I know they will deport you if you're a Nigerian, but they will not deport you if you're a Biafran with Biafra ID, with our Ogbonga paperwork. As signing of that would Biafra say, if you deport any of my people to Bongo, I will sue you. Stay there. I'm just telling you. I rest it there. God bless everybody.
Yes, so Mommy Origin, thank you so much for coming in. You're always awesome, and your analysis. If they like, I have been hitting on this before Tunumbu and their travel. And also, before my brother Kai comes in, I will give you the program I give in the afternoon. You that is in UK, carrying placards, always protesting, for you to know that there is no way protest is a solution to what we are into. But before I go in, I see Ike Jesus network is kicking him out. So Ike Jesus, have the mic, please, my brother. Take the mic. Network. Unmute yourself and talk. Ike Jesus. Okay, network. Shy. Okay. Yeah, brother, good evening from here. Triple M.
Thank you so much. One Madu. No, someone never.
Fire down, fire down.
Hey, with the Janubia France, we are cruising. We are very, very happy with the way things are going. We are really. In fact, I'm in USB already. I'm in USB. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for what you have been doing for our people. I believe those that sold their ears are now, some of them are now getting the message. We are taking the message to their domot. I now fire our PM say, na keep us on the Marine rope. Or them mad on the Capito B. ndị ese ha fili na ha akụrụ bọtụrụ eliri eleghị na akpọ ha ihe a ọlọrọ ha na Naịjirịa n'ọtọ rope ka ọ ga-eji dọọ ha onye ka ọ dara adọkpụte na Biafra edomi ya n'oche ebe o kwesịrị ịnọ. Thank you so much for the message. Ekere ọrụ eke ọrụ ọ bụrụ abọda kele nna ọsọ ọrụ enweghị ihu ekere ọrụ eke onye ọbụla nwere ebe o ketere and all the branches are important. All the branches are important. Our DPM bụ o nwere ụlọ ọgwụ ebe a na-agwọ ndị ara. So and anyị nwere many multitude of ndị ara na Biafra and we are handling them. We are giving them the gentamicin syrup. May our sister origin. Mommy, welcome. Mommy origin, you are welcome. Kind reports. Master kind reports.
Maybe go on. He's in the other room.
I know another one of
your program ne ma. Ihe ji amụ at times bụ omeko na anyị na-amụ pro ha this thing na amụ ebe Adochu na-akọ eri asị eweta DPM deme n'iru Adochu ya je egbe gbagbuo ya just go back wete program ebe Adochu na praise our DPM gina just say India, how do they be wired? Thank you so much, my brother. Everybody is doing great. All our independent medias, everybody is doing marvelously well, and our people, even our neighbors and lovers of freedom, are getting the message on Abba. My brother Show Master, our people at the comment section. Yeah, just like the state our mommy drop now, regards to UK. I saw that news this afternoon. Match, yeah. In Cabo, I said the people fell for the test of asylum that Nazu assigned and I came later. Look at, imagine the country ndị nke na-ebe ahụ enweghị ọnọdụ Ghana Mediterranean Sea, Ghana desert, everybody is running out. They have nothing to do about it. Ego niile ha ego ga elete ndị agbụrụ ya ebe na UK so gbaa tiketi. The same people nọ na airport na Abuja airport mgbe okpokiri ya na-efepụ ha na ya akasị ya he is the criminal excellency bye. Yeah, but on a flight. All quite simple. Your criminal excellency, you're welcome to UK. Who does that?
Okay, for the regime, no, like now. Like other countries that are there, because they did not mention Nigeria today.
The same people that told him bye-bye at the airport when he was leaving. Yeah, got buy a presidential flight. How about buying a charter plane? Buzo, gaga dachere. Yeah, yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, yeah.
Based on the news of people other nationals.
Sorry, nationals.
Nigeria, which agaha sign for Ghana.
There was a time patch of Cabo then the Nana side on the paper. Other countries.
No, Nkabu also give Nigerians na Ghana for asylum. Now pass her.
Even for the first time, Joseph Okechukwu, they did not mention Nigerians in that one. That's what I'm saying. Agwangi
even when yaka the Nigerian na British this same. Only represent Nigeria with the zoo flag and Azia. Now only represent British with the British flag and Azia. Only cannot sign a document. Only cannot sign the document.
Okay.
Okay. Let me say this. I hope it did not include other nationals, But the Telegraph newspaper has it that already there is 2,075 Nigerians facing deportation already. So when you look at it, what will make it worse is if they sign for both, because already can you sign to deport other people inside your country? How about your own, uncle? So it is definitely, it is for Nigerians. But what I don't know is if Mr. Jagati added to have other criminals from other countries to be dumped inside Nigeria, which will be double whammy. But for this Nigerians, anybody that is a Nigerian that is inside the UK today, if they say both criminals, this Savoro like went to jail and are released, they can go and fish them out. They not constitute nuisance. So why I'm really particular is our people. I'm naturally right now. If they can look for how to save themselves, for us Biafrans, there is already our document has it that because we have redeclared our nation and because Nigeria is a country of particular concern and Christians are being murdered, there are letters to countries. Nobody should deport Biafrans because they will face death. So that is why I am saying this, that what anybody Oromwea, a Biafran, whether you hate Ngozi or not, whether a USB gives you seizure, just save yourself. After getting manual work, go and get an ID. That makes you a Biafran. When these letters are sent, the government can make a case. In fact, someone indicate no ICE international criminal this thing. You cannot deport anybody that there is a clear this thing that they are in danger if you deport them inside that country. Because if we are Biafrans, we are no longer Nigerians. Why are you deporting them into that place? So that's what I'm saying.
Sorry, Madam Origin.
Let me say this. Because anyway, let me say this because I want to know anyway. Please, Madam Origin, I thank you for bringing out this news. And you see, I want to remind our people, mana asana ndị Igbo amara abụọ sọ mmiri ọ adị abụọ sọ mmiri na ọ bụ na ọ mazuebe efe arụ. That is true somehow. Now, let me start by refreshing our mind. After 1999, when Obasanjo took in as a president, there is something that he did in Europe. There is a treaty that he signed. Some of this treaty was not in open until then Nigerians begin to see the effect of it. Those who live in Europe will understand. Italy, Germany, France, Holland, then that is the former Western Europe will understand this. It happened that some of this agreement was not made in open. And what do? Every Tuesday and Thursday, either Tuesday and Friday or Tuesday and Thursday, Nigerians have been deported. 250 persons, each flight carries every Tuesday and Thursday. And this goes on for a number of years before people become aware of what is happening and they begin to run, coming against it until Obasanjo finished his term. Most people were deported. Even not only Nigerians, Senegalese, Ghanaians are deported into Nigeria. If you remember, there was a case where the Nigerian government refused to, or no, those citizens refused to come down in Nigeria, that they are not Nigerian citizens, that they will not be put into Nigeria. Some of them are Ghanaian citizens. It was a little case then, and they later sort it out by taking those guys back. So why what Madam Origin just said now is very, very important to everybody. Even, some time ago, I warned. You see some of our people who are putting their head, shaking their head that they have red passports, they have this one, they have the other passport. My dear, also by here, Madam Origin said those who have crime, those who have been in prison, you don't know. And know how you have been loved in the country called Nigeria. These people that want you, because they know whom they are targeting, for them to come and sign that, they know their target. Their target are Biafrans. Quote me. Their targets are Biafrans. Bring them, because they know that Biafrans have been declared. What do they do? Maybe these people are making noise in the Western world, depopulate them, bring them down, so that we will nail them. So you that think that you have document, there comes a time that that document may not save you. It is their document. They can revoke it. They can take it from you. I know people who live in Europe. There is a time that when you come back from journey, right from the airport, they will take your paper, tear it and put it in trash can, send you back. They will take your ID card, hold it, and send you back. It happened in Europe. It happened. So on that note, what will save you, I and everybody, is go and get your ID now. I mean to save you, not to save me. I am saving myself by getting. I have applied for my ID card. So, other car, if it's too much, no matter whatever document, drop it aside. Take your Biafran ID. If you are facing Centro de Colenza, or you are facing foreign camp, because before they deport you, they put you on foreign camp. On that foreign camp, you can use it against them. On a humanitarian ground, by law, they cannot deport you where you are not from, and they cannot deport you to a country that is a particular consign, a country that is clean Christian. Why you are having a Christian or Jewish, Judaism, Biafran ID card, they can never deport you. One of our brothers said something some time ago that touches my heart. He said he wished that this ID card came out, I think when he was in Indonesia or when he was where, that he would have not gone back to Nigeria to start back at square one. You can imagine that. Today, it's like they are trying to preach to you to go and get the ID card. You may wake up tomorrow and it becomes too late. And once you are in their hand, then you begin the process to do the ID card. It doesn't just come in under a day. It may be too late for you. As we are talking, what is that? $100, just like European ID card or driver's license or their passport, just like an American ID card or their driver's license or national ID. You pay for it. Go and get your own. It is not about Dr. Muzo Rabeze. It is about your own protection, because being a government, Dr. Muzo Rabeze is thinking as a leader, as a person leading a government, as a mother as well, by putting all these measures together to protect you, even while you are fighting against the government. See it, the other time Mazika made a program where some person went and collect a paper, this sharp that Ogenkere is sharing, and use it to go and seek for refugee. And what do? They bounce the person back immediately, because they found out that the paper is not authentic, the paper is not original, until he went back. And this is IPOB person, until he went back to go for government. And now, as he stands, even the person is on a very high risk of going back home. But the government of Dr. Ngozi Orebeze by USB is now doing something that the person need to do before, by trying to put up his document in order to save him. And if they tag you IPOB and take you, the consequence of that when you go home. So now run before it is too late for your own protection. Do not allow anybody to distract you or to lie to you, just like what Ogenkere and the Sonia Parawa have done to some Biafrans. You that is listening to now, you that will listen thereafter, go and listen to Mazikai program, that of Chino, that of Ada Simon, Maz Exodus, True TV, and other independent media. You in some of the program where those who seek or who are seeking for asylum, their paper was granted them because they have ID card, Biafra ID card, because they obtained paper from United States of Biafra government issued by Dr. Ngozi Rebeza and USB government cabinet. The nation of Netherlands, the nation of Italy, the nation of Australia, the nation of that of Ireland, that of Japan, that of South Korea, and go on and on. I can just name the caliber, the type of nation that I mentioned now. That will tell you if this nation can accept this ID card as means of identification and protection of you. Now, what are you waiting? You are still listening to somebody who is at the backyard, who is in the gutter, like that of one Isiocha, Alanaba. And the most funny thing is this. This guy, this remind me, when he made the program of that guy who went for the ID card, the one that Ogenkere give paperwork that went and he failed and he run back to get it from that very person. I want to ask that guy, that man or that person, why is it that Ogenkere, who is using USB ID card from United States of Biafra, issued by Dr. Ngozi Rebeza and Mal Simon Ekpa, why is it that he's using that one of USB and he's giving you a paper of bring it to go and get your own? Don't you have your brain intact? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? I hope you get the logic. If Ogenkere and co will be using the USB ID card and he's trying to give you the one of bring it to set you up, use your brain. I will leave it as at that. Madam Origin, thank you for bringing this news out here. I just had it for the first time. Maybe I will check on it, but I want to remind Biafrans, let what happened under Obasanjo did not happen to you. Do not allow Nigeria to happen to you. Secretly, they may sign it. You may not know. Before you know it, they begin to catch people from prison, from people from work, people on road, and before you know it, they do it sharp. Before you know it, you are in zoo. Don't fall that victim. Go and save yourself now. This is the time. Thank you. I hit my mic for now.
Ndewo, Master. Chino, are you there? We need to wind down now.
Yes. Let us wind down. Let's allow those in the building to just the last comments, 1 minute. They will have to wind down. Anybody who has something to say, Triple M or the Origin, two of you have the mic for last 1 minute summarizing before we shut down.
Okay, yeah. Just to buttress on what just to connect what you taught today and what we are talking about. One of the principles of civilian supremacy is, he said, member states, which is the UN and everyone that is inside UN, they only they recognize the government of a state can formally request UN assistance for referendum and anything else. So now, as we keep encouraging and keep educating, everything, it's just to buttress on this for our people. Do not become a victim. There is already water available. Protect yourself. This has nothing to do with individual. It has everybody like me. I come out here every day for the Biafrans. Not for Ngozi Orabueze, not for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, not for Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. For them, because they are Biafrans. Even you now, it is a struggle of freedom, you still benefit. Like today, you may be the one that benefits it even before me, because I know my own benefit is because we are having Biafra as a sovereign state. Whatever the government is offering goes to everybody, but some people will benefit it from the beginning. Like there are many countries, many of our people who know in different countries that have used this ID, use USB to get status where they are not deported. So use it. It is yours. Whether it's just like some people don't like their mom, but they still eat their mom's food. Hello. I rested there, Mazikai.
Why?
When their mama bring food, they're not gonna say, I hate my mother, I will die of hunger. They still eat.
Even when the mother is sleeping, they will sneak to go and eat the food.
Madam, your friend was insulting me that that I should come on and start playing videos of what my madam is doing.
Me, friend.
Why he's such a he's not your friend?
No, that is one thing that everybody that knows me, that is like know me real. One thing they will tell you is that she doesn't have friends.
No,
so I'm just fail. No. If it's exam, you don't fail. If they say they set exam for you, I say does Joy.
I know go fail at the exam now.
You will fail. So, you will fail.
I can't have your friend because I know that you understand her action very, very well.
No, generally, I don't know how to explain it. Yeah. So for her, she's a human being. She's a quote Biafran, though she hates Biafra cause and our freedom. I mean, it's what it is. We move. Thank you, Mazikai. Thank you, Real Biafra TV, for what you all do.
Yeah, my brother Kai. Anyone, Abrano, Madam Origin, now to see our friend there. Anyone, second, you have to listen to her.
It's I'm not getting the number.
I get the number na Emma. Akara magbagi na magrangagwa. You know, up to that now, Biafrans never yanya na yoku. We have all in fact. Oh, she's the Miro. Can I was like,
you watch the program.
I said, are you for real? Nature, Afro Biafra. Now, what do you know for ya? Now, then I demand this issue was like demanding for what USB, our madam is doing. One day, what you don't like, how come you are developing interest over it? You don't like something and you still pondering, trying to know what that person is doing. That is just that. So, my people, it's high time we wake up from our slumber. This is government, and government is playing the rules of the government. I even watched the one that you played about Azaya Nyogo, reminding us, Biafrans, know your enemy. So, all this, honestly, we have break record. There are so many things to tell. when the time comes, Biafran, if you like yourself, please,
You know
it
what message I know here on the screen, because
is your duty. It is your duty to go and apply for your ID card. It's your right. It's your right. This is called self-recognition. You know, for the first time since the fighting of this our freedom, since Ekuberoku, even during the time of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, even Mobazirike, I never go for Google. Ask question about USB map, Ebuputragia, na African map, Ebuputragia. USB has made it possible. I was telling someone, I sent the message to someone, say, you guys are still joking. No, look at what is happening. Yeah, say, on the DOS today. Haven't I been seeing it on Biafra map before? Haven't I been seeing it there? See, can you tell me the difference between that map then and this one now? And the check, go there. What we know, what Ojukwu declared, declared was Republic of Biafra. But this one now, the current one, when you hear United States of Biafra, one day all government all battle be built. Our DPM already declare here. Go there and check. You can no longer see the Republic of Biafra. And they using the Republic of Biafra near reference. See the current nation now was the USB. The Republic of Biafra, you know what's USB. People now want to welcome me. I want my sister, Madam Origin. Like we are not begging anybody anywhere. If you are in diaspora, fair to take this ID. Remember, zoo as a contraction. If they can come to UK and sign memorandum of understanding on how to deport you, one day, game runner or they are not talking on your behalf. They're not speaking on your behalf. Embrace your country that speaks for you, that fights for you. There is something, yes, I remember again, Mazikai, there is something Adochu said on that platform when you played it. Because I don't go to her platform, I only listen to her whenever our people bring it up.
Yeah.
He said our DPM is claiming country, claiming this. Nigerian people are still in our land. You never do this, you never do that. You are still using Nigerian money. This thing that time. See, not when we declare, you will say, you have declared. Can't you see Nigerian people here? Can't you see we are still using Nigerian money? You are doing this. Oh, but we said this thing is a gradual process.
Triple M, my brother. And then follow back now. Find a group or the Cape and then I support the APC in the book.
Honestly.
Now I feel believe everywhere.
Yes, so we have somebody in the building.
Remove this comment. Remove this comment first. I don't know why.
It's from your side. He commented on your side.
Really?
The comment is on the guest. It's from you. Yeah. The one he commented on my post, I've removed it. We have one other Shioma in the building. At least let's give her a mic to say something. You're welcome. Go on.
Thank you. Oh, I'm so Nachi. You know.
Yes, go on.
But I'm not one to know. Well, Otto no come I just more. As a make a loan, na yaw unu na Bali is yoku. Emega me and enjoy. I want to do real Biafrans. I am an high you know. I am no meaning Chinese abhayan. I am an be here, yo, ebi here, I am an mother look at now, our own out. Here the guy, in fact, here make it this time. In fact, I just know where can I win knock and nancy like this nail. Here the car, Dr. Age or something like that, and Ndoti. You know, all these things are really very baffling. Like, they go to one is honestly, the thing now gumike. On our gumike. Mana him batana studio. Ikelun, Makaonomu, honestly, you are really doing marvelous. You are really doing good. You know, Chinonso. In fact, like Nkushigi on head. Onye na-aghọtagaghị nkuzi gị a, onye ahụ wụ okpoko. Enwere ụkpara na-akpọ okpoko. Onye eji asị ụkpara okpoko gburu ntị shiri ya. Ịma, that is as like he hit the thing they hit very well. Nkuzi gị bataga ọbaga. So Mnazi, keep it up. You are doing so well, you know. And
thank you.
One them okay, guy. One them kege. I'm going to shake a leg. In fact, you are doing well as well, you know. And every independent media, you know, I'm some map honestly. But all one anya na that ball. I made again. Can be made again, you know. How made you to shadow? Nah, to shadow naga. I don't know why man I substance. So I am Santa Crocum Smechi in. Madam Origin and man Kolugi in a Balipan, no Napatane Nandioso. So I am on Takrokum Smara Biatigon, you know. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Before my phone, before my phone, Mommy Trayala, no, you're welcome. The message is sinking. It's really sinking. My brother claimed to say, there is something you also observed, and it is not only you that observed that. Mazi Kelena have also observed it. Mazi Exodus TV has also observed it. You see all these mediocres. Whenever we bring out their program in our platform, we play it. Let our people hear what they said, and we hear. Then we digress it and destroy them. But how will see a program on Tuesday? Now, domain our platform, they will not play it. They will just how I don't know how the picture. Don't me there. They will not play it. They will not play it. If they really believe that they are doing the right thing, how to pay that in high puke? They don't do that. They will only pause it. Now, easy.
Chido, I'm coming to your message. Chido, click on another comment. I want this nonsense to go in our
Can go.
A Ghana comment section. Click here on any comment. Any other comment. Go show that screen. Comment na studio. Comment na studio. Maybe post the link na studio.
Is it me? I admit it again.
Okay, na comment in the na studio.
Yes.
Click, go to any comment. Click on any other comment. Just click on it.
Okay, let me click on this one.
Click in here again. And click it again.
Okay.
Yeah. So Triple M, my brother. Ima I almost the low we are now. Yeah, that go. Ilu dimma ada get to yambo. Okay, choma ibe. Adawa ina trisi. Kita ka flafa gesem. Agwa kulogwa.
Oh yeah, yes. Oh yeah.
I am happy to hear your voice today. I'm a Mudonaji. Kita kama ini, bos David Choka, kamu go oya ikene. Kita kama mago. You're highly welcome. So Triple M, they will never ever place those videos because Nafa Chok and the man did delivered. Yeah, they will not. Stop playing. You play program for 10 minutes or 5 minutes, and then I may analyze. Also, on a platform here. Or you play program 5 minutes. Can they first say about you know, they will not do that.
Oh, well, onye nke njire na platform ya block zima block ọ sị na m nasịrị ya folo mana achọkwa ịbịa ọzọ obi nwanne block ma WhatsApp ma everywhere m ya emezi again ya chi efu na nkata m ebiele obi nwanne ndị Igbo
maka gịnịzi
after the program ama mobu no lose the followers here, so because of that reason he knocked me off. He block na WhatsApp ya niile whatever WhatsApp me na Abuja about before. So I'm na program ya for Nigeria. Why do you block me? Mpucha ya po o me je program no na ba say no awon him mamu na ekwu na what na program. In fact, me dem na program ya. Is mo atopoko na nion. So eziokwu na agba ha agba na ntị.
O si go we feel my go and ekwu. And na program.
Yes. Maka okutoro okwu ma menem cha program a one isi oche eburu ya na abara ya mba ya ọcha ya. So from there the or bia block nsi ya na nekwa na mbira ka m za azọ bira na ati ihe nwere na nsogbu adro ya.
So if you go my reason kifu ya keta.
Yes.
If you go my reason if you go before you got the program. If you get now.
Yeah. No, Kai, I am happy na I'm at least. That program na nke obi nwanne nyere that day ka any program angro age 40 subscribers we see eba ampo. So I am happy with that. And those people are no longer following him.
I didn't know maka 40 subscribers. Nka for the each, but the man in question, if you like, he put spend there 7 hours again in a preach there. Nka for the each, but or man meditating or man chegale. Happen. I had them surprised. So up block was the block now. Anyway,
my brain yeah because
Cheru onye blocked gị.
Obi nwanne now.
I kwuru m ya na ọ dịghị consistent. Ọmụkwana ihe ọ chọrọ.
Yeah.
Ana kori n'elu ndị o ji enye example. N'elu ndị o ji enye example ndị oshi na platform.
The work you put na atụ asị. And no kwa USB ka ikwu ya na. And then no why I gave the program. Now watch it live that day. And see
yeah, let's leave him. Let us conclude because of our time here. Because my time they always run fast. Let us continue.
All right. So let's conclude.
So Mas, guys, give you a final submission. Let us conclude the house and
all right. My final submission is just a few things. One, if you still have any confusion, maybe only confused, any statement that is confusing you, most especially about the ID card or everything that we have been saying, I want you to always ask questions before you take decision. Because taking decision in a hurry will make you to make a very big mistake. Learn how to ask questions first before you jump into conclusion. It's always good. Secondly, there are so many things people are not teaching how to deceive or to corrupt some genuine spirit, your genuine mind, your good conscience. There are some things that we put for you, in your presence, and the trending one, and I don't know if you have received it or maybe some of you will receive it later. And that is issue of PM court case. That is where they're going now. Like I said, I was in a program today. I heard what they're saying, although I did not spend the time that I did not spend much time the way I supposed to because of what I was doing. But the little time I spent there, I grabbed a few things. One is that this kind of, should I say, a well-planned attack that will soon come. And that attack will start by PM court appeal. That USB government are not doing anything about it. That's what they're saying. That the first court case that nobody did, you did not, in fact, nothing happened. But the question is, who is to be blamed? The same thing they said about security, about army, and I asked this question: who is to be blamed? How can you ignore people who stopped all those things, who used their selfish interest to destroy the pattern or the plan, and you don't want to talk about them. In fact, you're actually even working with them now to blame somebody that they refuse to work with. I want somebody, and that's why I always want to engage any of them that care to come up and share their idea with other reference. We are not talking to carry report alone. Many people are listening to what you are saying. So if you think that my question is wrong, come up and tell me what I should have asked you, because we are all here. For example, Imam Madabu claimed that they are with Ogekere at the initial stage, that PM is with them, PM will call them. Even as of this week, Maza Akwaka and platform here, that no other person can see PM, can visit PM, that you are the one, that PM even don't want to set his eyes on anybody. If we all know that that's a lie, but imagine if that is true. Because after claiming that PM don't want to see CCOS, don't want to see, I'm just saying this because Maza Akwaka have been saying this kind of thing. You will still hear Mazakwa or any of their group saying, God asking God what God has done for PM. But you keep on telling the whole world that PM don't want to set his eyes on COS. You see, you cannot just say all those things and still come back to ask that kind of question if truly you are genuine. In other words, you are the actual problem of everything. Imam Madabu claimed that, not Imam Madabu per se, but people that followed him, that they are the one hearing and they are the one in charge of PM case. That's what they said before they said this PM, CCS. Oh, we are the one in charge. Oh, we are the one there. Without us, nothing. You can't ask anybody. Because you don't know anything. That then God is looking for a way to know the information. I am surprised that after saying that, you see some people who were in USB cabinet when Mazakwa was saying all those things. They'll still come back and said that Ngozi could not do anything for PM. But you were there in the cabinet. Not that Mazakwa, they are saying this in secret. I'm telling you what is in his own platform. As of the time before they even sentenced PM last year, this guy, meaning that they keep on telling you that DPM don't have any access to his legal team. PM don't even want to see him. We are the one in charge. Then since you are the one in charge and you made a mistake, some people who were with them with the USB government then don't want to ask questions. Okay, this vehicle that driver made a mistake. Who was actually driving this vehicle that time? As of the time the vehicle had accident, who was the one? The driver is from where? The driver is from where? They don't want to talk about it. They don't want you to even reason like that. If you don't ask this kind of question, they will push you to start thinking that DPM don't want PM to come out because that's another strategy. Then again, how can people who left the USB government be more vocal to attack USB government for not to have done something for PM or this way than those who claim that fall back initially, from since day one, they are the one in charge? If truly they are genuine, the question should be, my brother, how come you guys are the one in charge of PM legal team? Yes. What happened? You guys watched everything the way it is. There's a man called the Ekwensu that we played, last time that barrister visited us. We focused on the Ekwensu's comment, who claimed that during the trial process of PM, that the law they use are European law, not even Finnish law. Today, I'm hearing that even the court itself is one of the local court, meaning that they just squash all the process to make sure they put PM where PM is today. If you're angry about the outcome of the event, you cannot just jump all the process and those who were involved to start blaming DPM. So blaming DPM is just like you don't want to admit the truth. And that's what I hate. Am I saying that DPM should just fold hand and not do anything? No. Am I saying that US government should just, act like they don't see, they don't want to contribute to anything? No. I'm just saying that I feel so disappointed hearing some people who should know better pretend that they don't know and begin to ask some questions that are not irrelevant. Imam Adabe is there, Chomo Okoma, Bryce Okoma, Ruben Nade, I don't know, Mazakwa, who again, and these are people that we know, all right? So many of them though, but these ones are the one that they, you know their face, you know them. This group of people, of course, with Ken Afmak account, his name is I forgot his name.
Mazika, you muted yourself.
No, I don't mute myself.
We can't hear you, Mazika.
You can't hear me?
Now you're coming out now. Before you just muted yourself. You're coming out now.
I don't mute anything, no. Maybe it's your network. I don't touch anything.
Okay.
So everything that happened those days before the sentencing of PM, you don't just forget it in a hurry. I want us to keep on remembering those things because they are trying to pretend that one doesn't count. What counts now is what we did not do anything for PM. That I'm disappointed. I'm surprised. PM, even some of them have talked to them one-on-one. Why are you saying what you're saying? They will tell you that in the cabinet, we asked DPM that Ngozi don't want to do anything for PM. Ngozi don't want, then how? How? Oh, there's a contribution that people want to make. Then they were talking about contribution. Now they are saying that we should have hired an international lawyer. So my people, please always use your conscience. I'm not saying you should ask like I report, but at least from your own heart, judge fairly and tell yourself the truth. Anyway, that's what I have to say. And don't forget about the ID card, very, very important. We have come to an end. I have to thank all of you that watched the video, that joined us when we started, and you are still here, or those of you that joined later. Thank you for your comment and the way you shared it and liking the video and everything. We don't take it for granted. God bless you and see you again. God bless you. Bye-bye for now.
Yes, so Mazikai, thank you so much for coming. And it is our time that we need to do it the way it's supposed to be. The only thing I want to chip in all this is this. We are holding ourselves. Anybody who asks you, Ngozi Rabbi is not doing anything, she did this and that, blah, blah, blah. My question is to just tell me one country in the world, from the Namibia, Algeria, Eritrea, in Africa, these three in Africa, South Africa, and Kenya, these 5 countries, all of them, their leaders was incarceration. Please, can you tell us how the leaders come out and what those that was outside was doing for the leader to come out? If they can be able to answer that question, then their head will open. I always say this word. You see, in the case of Ma Simon Ebanjoko, what I think, how I feel, and what I think I could do will not happen anything. And you who is planning to start attack because the date of the appeal is fast approaching and they want to start doing what I want to tell you, whatever you committed today is in your head. And that thing will use to judge you, not Simon Ebanjoko, because all of you who never want him out, never is na if onye gburu mmadụ na ọ na-ebekarịcha n'akwa nọ ihe a ka eji ama onye gburu mmadụ na bank ka ezi onye gburu mmadụ bụ onye ahụ ga-ebe highest akwa n'ụwa ya nwe ga-eri highest nri ya na-eri n'ụwa orisie ya ndị banya sị gị fọrọ anya bụrụ gị ji enwudezie ya je tụzie na ihe ndị banya na-atụ na mmadụ ya were eleta ya ọ bụrụ na akị ala ihe ahụ ọ bụrụ na akị ya dị n'ihe mere onye nwụrụ anwụ onye banya sị ọ na-eme mmadụ bekarịa akwa onye nwụrụ anwụ ajụọ ya gịnị ka ịmagburu ọnya iji beziakwa aka ndị nwe ya so ndị niile na-afụ n'ebe akwa na-eme nkwugheri na soshal midia bụ n'ihi na gịnị mere n'ihi na aka ha ncha niile dị n'ihe mrabata obi and ha ma their plan mana their plan was being selected to Ngozi Rabez. Ha chere Ngozi Rabez ga-apụta bịala agba wotowoto isi asị na ọ bụ maka wotowoto ọ gbara ma eji wee jide Simon Ekpa and Dr. Ngozi Rabez understanding and abiding by the professional international laws that controls the movement that we are into, has really agreed the only way out. And the only way out in where we are at this stage, nobody will take it away from us. Like I always say this thing, we cannot achieve Biafra without history repeating. If you check what USB is doing current now, if you take your time to study the movement of Namibia and Algeria, this is exactly how they got their independence. These two countries in the past, after the declaration, they do before 6 months to the declaration, they make all their territory and anywhere they are in abroad to be very silent and peaceful. And as they do, they make it to understand to the world that we have stopped armed struggle. That's why that UN recognized Namibia under 1 month. Remember, they stopped to 6 months before their declaration. After their declaration, it only took them 1 month for Namibia to recognize it. That is why they say that Namibia is ever the child of the UN in the entire history of the world. Now, we are telling you that look at what it is. What do they use to hold Simon Ekpa? Incitement of insecurity and all of them. You want to still go back and continue? Then I'll now ask you one simple question. Can you rephrase your mind and tell us what the people of Bangladesh was doing when Rahman of Bangladesh was arrested, as they were put in prison through the Pakistan? Can you tell us what people did when Nelson Mandela was arrested in South Africa? I am bringing one out, one in from you. Tell us what the people that controls the NHC did. They did not go into violence, but rather they adopted only one method: peaceful disobedience, and they refused. What did Namibia people did? Namibia, because of the South Africa was be able to, inside the Namibia people, build their own military and be paying the Namibia people like what you see Nigeria is doing today with Ogenkere, Imam Maduabu, and their slots. What happened? Nigeria find out that Ogenkere are playing door movement like IPOB, because Nigeria did never believe that over 5,000 irats of IPOB could not stop Simon Ekpa. So Nigeria play on a smart one. When they have used him to label Robert Obie, give all the first false evidence and all the thing that did, what happened? They find out that this man is not capable. Let us create a parallel government between him and Ogenkere, so they can be able to be attacking USV we are declared. That's what we are seeing today. When Robert Obie was here with us, we saw 5,000 irats. Some that attack only Obatobi. But what happened? Obatobi won the case. Today, the fallback bridge is attacking USV we are declared. Tiamaka Jero Nugota is somewhere attacking USV we are declared. Now, those who has fall back to autopilot is attacking USV we are declared. Another 5,000 irats has recruited by Nigerian government. That is all this shenanigan group that we are seeing. That's the way I'm seeing them. Because I count them: fallback bridge Ogenkere, attack on the USB, BGC, attack on the USB, autopilot, attack on the USB. Like the same way, all these era are attacking about Obie. People that are flowing them could not ask a simple question to find out what's really happening. But I want them to know that many leaders that I have counted, about 4 of them, that I have taken my time to read their history of India, Bangladesh, South Africa, Jomo Kenyatta of Kenya, and many of them, they have never won by court, but they won on the peaceful action of their people getting recognition from different countries, and also that is how they all comes out. None of them that a court set free. But we are not saying that court should not say Mazda can of someone never free. But I want to ask you, if they are coming out today, what will be their background and what are they going to do? I was on ground. See Mazen and the Kano one-on-one when he was released, and he told us that the government tell him that he should never sit where there is 5 people, that he should not go, he should not attend common Omona meeting. Use the restriction. All these things happens. That is why they said that they prefer, if they are genuine fighting for the country, to remain as a president in prison, as a waiting president in prison, for their people out there to accomplish the mission they have started, so they can be able to come south, become prime minister, become president, like what happened to Jomo Kenyatta, what happened to Bangladesh, what happened to Nelson Mandela, what happened to Martin Luther King. Go and name all these men who fight for their country. They never come out and be enjoying, but rather they come south and do what? Enter as a president of their country. So Dr. Ngozi Orebeze is acting on the international capacity. That's only way that we free Simon Ekpa Njoku forever and ever. The only way we free Mazen Nnamdi Kanu forever and ever. And you who claim that you love Simon Ekpa Njoku, claim Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, you don't know that you supporting because of Nandeba is no name Obu neme maka nna eme manwa. Osman is Obu neme maka ohu eme madiwuya. Simon, but now I have made it clear to you that over 10,000 USB ID card can put recognition that will bring your prime minister Simon Ekpa out. He becomes a president of a country, not a leader of organization, not leader of a group anymore. And we are still waiting. I have also made it clear today, only the civilian government has right to call for a self-referendum after a peaceful declaration. There is no amount of protest, there is no amount of agitation that you will do today that will make the world call you and say, your name is IPOB. You have been here from 2012. This is, sorry, 2012. You are here. This is 2026. This is 12 years. It's over 1 decade or 1 decade. Please come, take Biafra and go. Okay, we are going to come 2027, January 10. We are going to call Nigeria to command referendum. It don't happen anywhere in the world. And no military commander has a right to call for a referendum. They see you as what? As a rebel, insurgency. They see you as a betrayer. They also see you as a puppet of the former country. That is why at this stage, I am calling on you to move away from that you think. Embrace the 21st century law. From there, you will understand that have a new country this time around is on 4 criteria. First 4 and the last 4, which is 8. Permanent population, defined correctly. Government, capacity to sign treaties. The other side, diplomatic, legal, media pressure, political pressure. These are the ways that the world wants to achieve Biafra in this 21st century. And it said in the UN Charter, Article 2, in bracket 4, that they prohibit you to attack territorial integrity of a country called Nigeria. That if you do that, that they are going to remove their eyes from you. They will put you in the position of Kosovo and not Cyprus for over 50 years. There was no recognition for all these men I mentioned now. Is it what you wish us? I did not wish myself that. I wish and I agree with Dr. Ngozi Orebeze and cabinet members under the law of 21st century. The only solution for us to have Biafra peacefully, no more armed struggle, no more gun and bullet. I am telling you today, if you are in UK, run, save your life. Your hatred on Ngozi Orebeze cannot. Your hatred on Ngozi Orebeze cannot stop Biafra recognition, and also your hatred on Ngozi Orebeze will send you home, because the only people that gives you asylum in the world right now is USB we are declared ID card, no other one. USB residence permit. You do not USB can issue residence permit to you, and you become on a safer side. Stop doubting your savior and stop what the people of Pharisees did. Kill him, kill him. Release Barnabas for us. I am telling you, USB is for Jesus Christ. Other thing you are thinking is the Barnabas the criminal. Is it what you want? So my people, and my brother Kai, we are going to draw the curtain here today until we come back again in our own normal time. Mazika, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. I am here. I'm here, my brother. And they will thank you so much Thank you for having me. So we shall continue tomorrow, and God bless all of you. Good night.
Yes, so thank you so much. Good night, my people. Good night, my people. Thank you.